so annoyed that I'm like, one of these days, I swear to God, I'm gonna get out of the car with a baseball bat and I'm going to like destroy their. At the same time, do I want to give anybody the power to like disturb my energy like that? No, but it's just like a feeling of, it's just annoying. It's the feeling of like hitting a breaking point of like, I can't stand it anymore.
Hailey Bieber reached a point where she couldn't stay quiet anymore, not because of random gossip, but because of something that had been slowly building for a while. It started when fans began guessing that Justin Bieber's song Ghost was about Selena Gomez, but that wasn't the only issue. What really caused a stir were reports that Justin had liked several of Selena's Instagram photos. And this wasn't a one-time thing. He did it more than once, and people picked up on it quickly. It didn't seem like a slip, it felt intentional, almost like he wanted it to be noticed, and it was. Hailey noticed it too. What could have been a private moment between husband and wife turned into a public mess that everyone was watching and talking about. People close to the situation say Hailey didn't take it calmly. She was angry, and understandably so, but to really get why this upset her deeply, we have to remember Justin and Selena's history. They were together on and off for nearly 8 years. From 2010 to 2018, their relationship wasn't just something in the background, it was always in the spotlight. Their fans even gave them a nickname, Jelena. Every breakup, every reunion, all played out in front of the world like a soap opera. And even after all these years, their story hasn't faded from people's minds. That's especially true because Justin himself has often called Selena his first real love. Old clips and interviews of Justin talking about Selena keep popping back up online. In one of them, he talked about how hard it was to move on. In another, he said something that would crush almost any wife's heart. I don't know if I'm still over it yet. And this wasn't years ago, this was during his marriage to Hailey. He openly admitted that certain things still remind him of Selena. That's not just uncomfortable, that's painful. For Hailey, it probably felt like she was constantly being compared to someone who wasn't even in her husband's life anymore, but that wasn't the end of it. Justin's music has always shown what he's feeling, and when Ghost came out, it sparked even more questions. The lyrics hit hard. I miss you more than life. That one line was enough to get everyone talking. Fans immediately connected it to Selena's old song Ghost of You from 2014. To them, it didn't feel like a coincidence, it felt like a signal. Social media exploded with theories, and soon, everyone was sure the song was about Selena. Justin tried to clear things up by saying the song was inspired by the grief people felt during the pandemic. But for fans who had followed him for years, that didn't seem to fit. Especially since he had already made it clear that another song, Anyone, was written for Hailey. Back in 2021, he talked about how seeing Hailey holding a baby made him realize she was the one he wanted to be with. It was heartfelt and genuine, but it also raised more questions. If Anyone was about Hailey, then who was Ghost really about? This left fans unsure about which version of Justin they were seeing. Was he the man excited about starting a family with Hailey, or was he still emotionally tied to the past? Then another interview surfaced that made everything even more complicated. In it, Justin said something that grabbed everyone's attention. She's someone I love deeply. I'm never going to stop loving her. I'm never going to stop checking on her. And he wasn't talking about Hailey, he was talking about Selena. He went on to say that unless a relationship becomes toxic or harmful, it shouldn't just end. He said there was still love and respect between them. The timing of that interview raised a lot of eyebrows. He didn't say it as a memory from the past, he said it while being married. He said it clearly and without hesitation. And even if Hailey didn't watch the interview when it aired, she likely heard about it. Either way, she had to deal with the fact that her husband was still publicly expressing love and concern for his ex. That's not easy to deal with. It hurts, but it didn't stop there. In another interview, Justin was asked about the most unforgettable part of his teenage years. Without missing a beat, he said it was his relationship with Selena. Not a moment from his music career, not a childhood memory, his past relationship. That kind of answer might seem harmless in another situation, but when you're married and trying to build a future, it can feel like a slap in the face. If Hailey saw or heard that, it's hard to imagine she wouldn't feel affected by it, naturally. People online noticed all of this. Fans began piecing together their own theories. Reddit threads and TikTok videos popped up with users trying to connect the dots. Some even claimed that Justin might be watching Selena's online activity using hidden social media accounts. They pointed out old likes, viewed stories, and other clues that suggested he might still be keeping an eye on her even after getting married. Justin had already mentioned in older interviews that he checks in on Selena from time to time, and that he still cares about her. But if the recent behavior is true, it paints a different picture. It doesn't come off as friendly concern. It starts to look like he's still emotionally attached. And when someone keeps holding on to their past like that, Evan, After getting married, it creates real damage. It makes it hard for their partner to feel safe and valued, and that's what makes this situation impossible to ignore. It wasn't a one-time thing. Fans believe there's a pattern. Whenever Selena is dating someone new, Justin's behavior seems to shift. Some point to when she was with The Weeknd and say Justin reacted oddly. Others remember how he seemed uncomfortable when she was rumored to be with Zayn Malik. And then there were sudden friendly interactions with Charlie Puth, which also raised questions. All of it seems to suggest jealousy that's being hidden behind casual actions. Whether people agree with these theories or not, the one thing that's hard to debate is how all this affects Hailey. She's not just dealing with a past that lingers quietly, she's constantly being pulled into it, and every time it resurfaces, it pushes her further into the background. People close to Hailey say she's not doing well, and honestly, who would be in her place? Finding out your husband has been liking his ex's photos online is already tough. But when that private pain becomes a trending topic across the internet, it turns into public humiliation. According to those around her, Hailey isn't just sad, she's angry. And this isn't the first time she's been upset. There's been tension between her and Justin for a while now. Since they got married, things haven't always been smooth. A lot of it reportedly comes down to Justin not fully showing up emotionally. While Hailey's been focused on building her skincare brand, Justin, on the other hand, has been spending more time with friends, which has only added distance between them both emotionally and physically. Some of their personal issues have already spilled into the public. Back in January 2025, fans noticed Justin had unfollowed Hailey on Instagram. He later gave a vague explanation, blaming something called a chaos agent. Then in March, Hailey seemed to unfollow him too, blaming it on a TikTok glitch. But around that same time, their social media posts started to raise eyebrows. Justin posted about feeling overwhelmed and angry, while Hailey shared things that seemed to hint at dishonesty and confusion. People started to wonder if they were sending messages to each other without directly saying it. Then came the moment when both finally addressed the situation publicly. On April 25, 2025, Justin posted on X, formerly Twitter, writing something about being treated badly but reminding himself he's not perfect and that God forgives him. That same day, Hailey clapped back in her own way, posting that the rumors and TikTok blind items were fake, calling them fantasy and nonsense. She said it might be entertainment for some people online, but none of it was real. Even though they both tried to shut down the noise, people didn't stop talking. Many fans didn't buy their explanations. In fact, comparisons between Justin's marriage and his past with Selena only grew stronger, especially after Selena got engaged to Benny Blanco in December 2024. That news shook social media, and suddenly every little thing Justin did was under a microscope. Whether it was a song, a meme, or just a photo, fans were dissecting everything through the lens of his history with Selena. A lot of people started saying what many had already suspected maybe. Justin never truly moved on. On May 2, 2025, someone named Lewis91 Walls posted online, "Justin Bieber still posting about Selena. Oh, he's not over it." Another user chimed in, "He watches Selena Gomez, not just anyone." A third person disagreed, saying people were overthinking it. Justin's a married man and a father now, and they should stop dragging up old drama. Still, the comments kept pouring in. On April 3, 2025, the Daily Mail covered a meme Justin posted on Instagram that really got people talking. It was a Gollum meme that read, "Girls on social media when they get engaged." Fans thought it was a petty jab aimed at Selena. Reactions were intense. Some said they could see why Hailey was frustrated. Her husband clearly hadn't let go of the past. Others joked that Justin was losing his mind over Selena's engagement and that karma had finally caught up with him. Even major outlets like Newsweek picked up on the drama. On December 18, 2024, they reported on a selfie Justin posted with Hailey that was paired with the song All My Ghosts by Lizzie McAlpine. Fans instantly zeroed in on the lyrics and assumed it was a message for Selena. Comments flooded the post. Why that song?